Doncho reporting. Hi guys, this is Doncho, and that was my ghost impersonation, which pretty much settled how bad I am at cosplay. I did manage to scare 2 or 3 kids in the neighborhood, but that was all. This here is Thoughts of a Diamond Scrub. Welcome! In this second episode of Thoughts of a Diamond Scrub by Doncho, we're going to chill out with our good friends, the BROTOSS race. Let's jump in a game right now. Okay, let's jump in another game. Stalker. Oracle. Okay, that's it. Rage push-ups, guys. Big backs in 60. $59, $60. Okay. Welcome. And in this episode of Thoughts of Diamond Scrub, we will discuss how to stay safe in early game turn vs BROTOSS. Here we go. Okay, so as this game is unraveling, I'll just say a few words about a BROTOSS race. It's really strong in the late stages of the game, but in the beginning, it does have a couple of tricks up its sleeve, just a tiny teensy beensy tricks, which I've actually written down here, and it took me about a minute to come up with, was it about 10? So I'm gonna read them fast here. We have the Cannon Rush, we have Proxy 1 and 2 gates, we have Proxy Stargate into 3 gate, we have a 4 gate, then we have the 3 gate Blink play, Dark Templar, then we have 2 base timings, which are also in the later stages of the early game, they happen. And they are the 2 base Colossus timing and the 2 base Charge Lot Archon Storm timing, which involves pretty much a lot of Armored Zealots. At last we have a nifty little play, which I consider aggressive, which is designed to break CC first place, that's Command Center first. And it's building a Zealot, then another Zealot, then a Stalker and a Mothership Core. And these being chrono boosted and all, they actually sacrifice a bit of economy to deny the expansion play first. Of course you have to probe scout it, of course it's aggressive, it's kind of risky, but it is very good if it actually works. So, let's take a look at this game. As you can see here, I've just taken my first supply depot, I'm getting my barracks at 12 and my gas at 12. Now, I'm not building a supply depot on the ramp for the simple reason that Stalker pressure can bust down those buildings without being punished. But I am building my supply depots on the perimeter of my base to see if I'm being cannon rushed. I get my gas at 12 so I can get a fast Reaper. And generally this is a very safe expansion which allows you to scout with the Reaper. And also by putting your buildings in your base, you're setting yourself up to not lose buildings to Stalkers on the low ground, which might happen when you encounter a 3 base Blink play or you encounter a 4 gate. Now you can see my second supply depot will be up there. So the very nice thing that I found about this build is of course I'm getting my Reaper at the moment at 12. I'm getting my orbital command, I'm getting my second supply depot. The very nice thing I found about this build is that the SCV that's building my second supply depot at the moment will pretty much build all the buildings that I need until a certain point where I have to use more SCVs to construct things. So now, as my first SCV is it's getting out. Here's the first big thing: a bunker. Now, usually don't want to get a bunker so early, but but if you're getting proxy, that's the only way you actually can hold the base, and you can always fall back to that bunker wall in, and generally a very good response to a proxy. Now, here you can see that I'm getting a tech lab. That's for early stim, and this is something that I've been debating on. Do I need to get a reactor or a tech lab? But I think the tech lab is the better choice, because now I'll get a second and third barracks, and I'll be able to just pump out 3 marines at a time while I'm getting a very fast stim. I'm gonna have about 730 stim, which is actually really fast and helps you hold a lot of stuff. Here I'm expanding in the base. Now, if you're expanding on the low ground, you're in a lot of trouble if some aggressive plays come at you. So you can see, since I'm playing versus an easy AI, because I just want to showcase the build, I don't really want to show it in action yet. Plus, it won't be fun if you don't test it, guys. Since I'm playing versus an easy AI, I'm just making the Reaper go around the map, just faking scouting. Now, you can stay at 27 max supply until you get your 3 barracks and then build a supply depot. You still not get supply blocked. So basically, you get the bunker, you get the second command center, then you get 2 more barracks, all the while you're building SCVs, and then you get the supply depot. Do not forget the supply depot, do not supply block yourself. Now, the thing here is, there might be oracles coming, so if there are oracles coming, you have to scout them, because it is literally impossible to scout oracles, to just hold oracles without scouting them. Now, this build which I have, you have 3 barracks, so if you start pumping marines immediately, you have about 4 marines now, so about, what is it, about in 20 seconds, just before, about 640, you're gonna have enough marines to hold oracles. The problem is that at 640, the second oracle will be coming in your base, which is really, really bad, so you need to scout that. If you're not sure, build that engineering bay, get that turret, because the proxy oracles is the one thing that I cannot help you guys if you do not scout it. But that build is being very solid at the moment. The moment you feel safe, you salvage the top of the ramp bunker and get another bunker on the low ground. Then, when you get enough marines, you start getting your add-ons on the barracks, and you get a factory and a starport. Now, you can see here, you also have to get your second gas earlier, and as you're building the starport, you have to get the third gas. This is something that I intentionally didn't do. I just want to show that the build is not that bad, even without perfect execution. And here we go. We have 1 add-on on, 2 add-ons on. Now we're waiting for the third add-on to go on. I'm not supply blocking myself. Just use one. The SCV that starts building from the beginning, do not stop building with it. I lift off the factory, I'll land the starport on the reactor of the factory, and then you have 3 barracks production and a starport. Very, very solid. As you see, I'm just in the beginning of minute 8, and in the beginning of minute 8 I have already full production out of 2 base. Very, very good. Now, since a lot of 2 base timings will be coming in about 3 minutes, you have time to start building Vikings, you have time to start building bunkers. Of course, you can start upgrades. You can even, if you feel safe, and this is why you get 2 tech lab add-ons. You need those marauders. You need, even if there is very, very fast high Templar play and you're a ghost player, you like ghosts, you can just get 1 engineering bay, start single upgrades, and then get a 4th gas and a ghost academy. And from that, you actually are able to then proceed and get very fast ghosts as you're getting your 3rd base, so you're safe versus High Templar, you're safe versus these kind of 2 base aggressive busts with a lot of storms, with a lot of archons. Of course, the engineering bay is late because the Reaper has not scouted a lot, some BS going on, some cheesy stuff. But if I suspect Dark Templar, if I suspect Oracles, anything, and here I leave the game. So, fast thoughts. I left the game because I've set up that 2 base position, and basically I'm ready from there to go in the mid game. So I got to the point where I'm actually starting to play the mid game with the move out, about 10-minute move out. So let's see, cannon rushes. no cannons can touch me if I have that fast Reaper that scouts them. If I'm scouting out the perimeter of my base, just there's not a possibility that I don't see a cannon rush coming off. If there's a cannon rush coming off, remember that, guys. While Protoss trajectory is warping, you need 4 workers to kill it before it warps. But you have the Reaper to snipe the probe, then you surround the pylon, boom, cannon rush is dead. Proxy gates, that's why I get the bunker. It's gonna be very close, but you're gonna have a bunker to fall onto, and that's very good, very, very good. Then, proxy oracles, that's the tricky one. It's tricky because they're so fast, and with the new patch, they're extremely, extremely fast. But, of course, while talking, you can see how I'm holding a cannon rush, but that's, of course, just for your entertainment. I'm actually analyzing my opening here. So, as I was saying, proxy oracles are tricky, but with the opening I just showed you, you're going to be very safe. You're going to be in your base. You're going to be getting a second CC. Just if you feel like there are oracles coming, get that engineering bay. The worst that could happen is that you start your upgrades earlier. But with the build I'm showing you, you can just get the engineering bay, then get a second barracks. And if you do that setup, don't go for a third barracks. Just go for a factory starport, expand. Just produce from a barracks with a tech lab and a barracks with a reactor. That's also very good. Just don't stop producing. Build supply depots, and you're in the mid game very safe. How do you hold Colossus 2 base timing? You just start building Vikings from the starport. As you saw, I had a very, very early starport that was pumping out. If you get your second and third gas on time, just a tiny bit faster than I did, it's also very good. And for timing of with a lot of zealots and stuff like that, just a lot of bunkers. 2 base timings are always good to hold with bunkers. So let's see what my friend thinks about my build. What do you think about how will Terran actually do with this build versus Protoss?
I think that it's a pretty good build to defend any kind of early game pressure, but the problem is that you get your engineering bay too late. So if you just go 2 barracks and an engineering bay with the early second gas, you can actually get pretty good upgrades like +1 and stim and shield and concussive shells. Yes, you will have two barracks production, but you will have upgrades. You will have the faster ability to build turrets and stuff like that. You'll be able to hold oracles and Dark Templars easier.
Yeah, that's why I keep a companion. See? Try it up. Try it with the 3 barracks, try it with 2 barracks and and a faster engineering bay. Both things should work. The thing is with 3 barracks, at minute 10 you have a pretty big army, so you can push and pressure. But you have pretty late upgrades. So if the Protoss goes for double upgrades, you'll be really far behind with the upgrades. Don't know, guys. Try it out. Anyway, the way I did it, with the fast upgrades, the fast stim, with the bunker, it's a really safe and very small amount of things can kill you. Like Blink Stalkers, the moment you identify the Twilight Council, you start building Marauders. I mean, Blink Stalkers get crushed by that. Yeah, so I hope you have fun mid-game with that build. And this has been the Thoughts of Diamond Scrub episode 2, BROTOSS! And I hope the next time we see you, you have a larger win rate versus Protoss as Terran. Thanks for watching, and goodbye, guys. See you next week with the next episode. And I hope you enjoyed this one. I put a lot of work in it. If you do enjoy it, I don't know, subscribe, do something. I just enjoy doing it. I don't really care who is watching me or stuff like that. But I would love some support. Thanks, guys. See you next week.